All right, guys, in this video, we're going to do a head-to-head comparison for the Traxxas UDR and the Arrma Mojave. Now, my version of the Mojave, the one that I have up on the shelf here, guys, is the EXB, which means it came as a roller. That's fine. We're going to go over what I put inside of it to make it operate, and then we're going to compare it with the UDR, which came as a ready to run. Now, the nice thing about these is they're both short course trucks, and they look really similar on the outside. In this video, we're going to break them down a little bit. We're going to show you what comes in each car. We're going to show you the build differences between the cars. Then we're going to take them out and we're going to run some sample runs. And the idea here is each one gets a shot at each run. So whatever we're going to do, they both get to do it, and you're going to see what happens between the two. Then we're going to go over how these things operate and what they're intended to do in the first place, because they're not actually the same type of car, although they look it. Okay, so that's what the plan is for today, guys. So let's get them both down on the bench and let's check them out. Okay, guys, now that we have them on the bench, let's take a look at them physically to start with. Now, this is the UDR, and this, of course, is the Mojave, and it is the EXB version, which really doesn't say a lot because it's got some modifications, but overall, it's the same car as the standard Mojave. Now, from the outside, they look the same because they're both short course trucks, and they're basically of the same scale. However, that's not necessarily how it really is. This one is what they consider to be a scale truck. And what that means is it's an actual representation of the real race car. The design, the build, everything is different in this one than the Mojave. Now, the Mojave is built more like this car, and that car from Arrma. So that lineup there have way more in common with this than this one does with that. And the reason is scale, guys. Scale is the reason. This is a scale truck. This is not a scale truck. This is simply an RC car. And that sounds bad, but it's not. And here's the reason for that, guys. Here's the simplicity of the whole thing. With this one, take a look. Look at the chassis. See how that's designed, right? So this has an actual tub chassis that's designed the way the race car is. The front arms, the rear trailing arms, the solid axle, the tubbed chassis all through here. Battery comes in through the bottom right here. Roll cage on the top. Look at that, guys. See the twin shocks in there? There you go. See those twin shocks? There's 2 shocks per corner in this one. This is built like the real thing, and that comes at a cost, and here's the cost to that, guys. If you set this aside, okay, look at how that suspension works, nice and smooth. However, this one, same, right? But here's the difference. In order to get into this car, there's 12 screws just to get the body off. If you want to work on the motor and transmission, there's 12 screws just to get the bottom off. And when you take the bottom part off, you have access, and I'll show you this clip. Check this out. See that? This area right here, pull these 12 screws. This is your battery tray. This whole thing pops off, gives you access to the motor and the transmission only. That's the drive system only from this section. If you need to work on the speed control, the radio, the light system, guys, you have to get the body off, and take a look at this. That's what the car looks like with the body off of it, okay? And that means you still don't have access to all the electronics. You have to get the roll cage out of the way, and it's very involved to get to that stuff. Now, if you love the scaleness of it, if you don't mind the work that goes into repair or build, and it's a really tough truck, so repair's not that much, really. But if you plan to beat them hard and run them hard, this one will do it, okay? And it's very fun. It looks killer when it takes corners. It does roll just like any short horse truck. They roll and tumble. However, if you need to really bash these things and have a good time, look at this, guys. It looks the same on the outside, but that's where the similarities end. Now, and that's all it took, guys. And you can get to every part in the car, and you can do it very fast. Under 5 minutes, you can have the rear diff out. Under 5 minutes, you can have the front diff out. The center diff is a breeze. Motor, speed control, radio, all right up front. Easy to reach. Even on the bottom. Look at this, guys. Everything is readily accessible. And if you take a look, it's built more like the Creighton. It's got the big red shocks here. It's got the chassis braces that run down the middle. It's got the top tower brace that goes across. It's basically the same thing. So this is more of a toy. Now, that sounds terrible, guys. I know it does. But this is more of just an RC car than a scale representation. Although, with the body on, and we're going to do this, guys. Check it out. Right back on. And now it looks exactly like the other one, which is pretty cool. So you have to weigh it out for yourselves, guys. Is maintenance a thing? Is it something you need to really keep an eye on? Is it something that you want to have just like that, where you can get at it and fix it? If that's the case, the Mojave is for you. You know, it is every bit as fast, but keep in mind, if you do buy the EXB version, it comes as a roller, guys. You're going to have to buy all your electronics and get that all set up. Servo, radio, speed control, motor. None of that comes with this car. It wasn't an RTR, it was a roller. So the expenditure on top of that is a bit more. So if you're weighing these out, yeah, this was a bit expensive, but it came complete. Radio, speed control, everything. Plug a battery set into it and pin it, and away you go. Right out of the box, this thing was a blast. You know, I really haven't broken much in this car because it's a really tough car. So between the two, I'm really kind of torn, guys. They're both awesome. They both look really cool when they run. This one just has a little bit more, the scale of the drivers in here, the way everything is. It's actually got two functional rear tires on the back here. So if you do have a tire problem, you can swap it out for one of those. Just really well designed as far as that goes. But like I said, guys, if you're going for scale, you're not going to have easy maintenance. And that's just part of the game. So now, Tina's going to go with me. We're going to take these out and going to run them through the trials and see how they handle, see what the performance is like. Then we'll come back in and give you our thoughts. Okay guys, so it's kind of a crappy looking day outside, but it's not that bad out. Tina and I are going to go ahead and run these two cars. We've got the UDR and the Mojave, and we've got a little, you know, some gravel, some pavement. This is the first part of the test, so we're just going to run some scale tests to see how things handle. So here we go, guys. This is what's going on. Well, that's 6S on both cars. The Mojave was the clear winner on that. Let's do it again to be sure. Trade, hold it. Trade cars, just to be, you know, fair about it. Watch out for the rocks. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the UDR is definitely slower than the Mojave, but the Mojave does have a 2250 in it and the UDR does not, so the difference in motor might make the difference. Gently. Okay. So that's 2 for 2. The UDR loses both. Okay, second location, guys. We're back out at our favorite park area here. This is where we shot the UDR's first video for the Brutal Review. And it was an awesome course, but at that point it was covered in snow. Now, as you can see, it's all flagged out and ready to go. There's nobody here this morning, so we're gonna run both cars. We're gonna hit all the corners with both cars that we're gonna hit. And we'll see how they run, and then we'll carry on from there, guys. So this is what's going on. 3, 2, 1, go. UDR wins the first one.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh. Two DNFs. Damn, that's a tough car.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, 1 to 1. That brings us down to a third round. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So, with me driving the UDR, the Mojave still won. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, you shortcutted. Oh, and I still got you.
3, 2, 1, go.
Don't blow the tires up, I'll get you.
Go.
All right, guys, there you go. There's the running footage for the UDR versus the Mojave video. Now, as you noticed from the running video, the Mojave just handles better. It stays on its wheels better. In the skid pad test, this thing didn't flip. It just hugged the ground real well. This one, on the other hand, this one rolled just about at every turn. The Mojave is faster. Like I say, it does have the 2250 in it, which is just a little higher spun than what comes in this one. Still, the handling is good in both cars. When we got out to the cornering tests, the UDR really struggled with the uneven traction, where the Mojave shined like a diamond. This thing handled so much better than that one. I was amazed I was able to shoot the video in the winter that I did with this one. The positive traction rear end does seem to be a bit of an issue, and when you get sideways, it just all comes loose and it gets a little squirrelier to control. Now, this one does have the gyro control system, and so does this one, and they were all dialed to about 50%. We were running at 6S and 4S just to see how things ran out. So when we were running 6S in this car, we had 6S in this car and 4S and so on. So that's how we did it. The test was good, and now here come the numbers for you guys. As far as handling goes, the Mojave has it hands down. Speed, and of course I did set this one up. It does have a 25 kilogram servo in it. It does have a 2250 motor in it. It does have a BLX 185 speed control in it. And it does have the Spectrum radio with the gyro. Basically, this has the stock gearing in it. It's not geared up. It just has a little higher spun motor. This one, all stock the way it came out of the box, and it's a relatively fast car. It's fun to play with. It's a handful, and you know, even though the Mojave is just slaughtering this one in this test, I gotta say, nothing looks like a scale truck when it's cornering. When you get that crouched just right and it comes around the corner, this thing looks so cool. It's awesome. However, if there's a runner-up, it's this one. It comes in real hot and it handles things a lot better. I noticed that when it gets out on the asphalt, it will fight up onto two wheels, but it won't inherently just roll. And I got to tell you guys, a lot of that has to do with this suspension. Look at the travel in there, guys. There's a lot of travel in there. And that's designed, you know, to suck up the bumps, because these short course trucks, they're made to take short ramps. So they're not made for, you know, off to the moon type stuff, but they are designed to suck up ramps in the midst of a race. And that's what this is designed for. Look at the travel, guys. All the way up there to all the way down there. That is an enormous amount of travel. And it's really cool. The problem is it does sit the truck up a little taller, and it rolls a hell of a lot easier than this one. This one doesn't quite have the same amount of travel, but it does have a lot, and it benefits from that. So the Mojave is going to win this, guys. If you're looking for something that's maintainable, easy maintenance, easy access, and like I said, guys, two pins here, 2 pins here, pull it off the Velcro, and there you go. Now you're working on it just like that. The other one, this one here, I'll just leave that like so. This one here, you're pulling screws for days just to get into it. There's 12 underneath to get to the drivetrain. There's 12 on the top just to get the body off. And then you've got to remove the roll cage as well if you need to go deep. So it is very intensive when it comes to being worked on. It is a super tough truck. Did you guys actually catch when I hit the post with it? I hit her good and hard, and I hit it hard enough to actually tear out the body a little bit here. It just tore 2 of the bolts through, but still, there was nothing mechanically wrong with the truck. It did fracture the body, but that was literally all. And I hit it at full speed, but we were only going 4S at that point, guys. These things don't scream so well in the gravel, but they are still a blast. So there you go, guys. That's my thoughts. I think the Mojave wins this hands down, and the UDR is a beautiful runner-up. But I got to tell you guys, this is going to affect where that sits in my list. So there's that. Hey guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. It is a beautiful thing when you do. And don't forget that notification bell to stay informed of upcoming videos. You know, we really enjoy doing these kind of videos, and it was you, the subscribers, that brought this to our attention, that you're looking at which one do you want to buy. Guys, the opinions here is my opinion, and what we went through today shows me the Mojave is the better car of the two. However, if you get a car that works for you, if you love looking at the way the suspension runs, if you like seeing the disc brakes and the calipers down in the wheels, you know, then that car is for you. What works for me doesn't necessarily work for everybody. I'm just saying, for what we did for the test here today, guys, this one won outright. There was really not much of a challenge in it. And I gotta say, guys, it doesn't really matter. I love this car too. In my opinion, they're both winners. I just think one handles better, one is easier to work on. It's just a winner all the way around. So, hey guys, I'm AJ with AJ Jam Studios saying, keep bashing, guys.